You may already be in Adho Mukha Virasana if you've been following the different sequences. This is now sequence 4. So if you're just joining us today for this practice, we're going to be concentrating more on the back bending action. So just start in Adho Mukha Virasana. If you're already in this pose, then be in it, just be observant of your breath, be aware of the back body, the extension of the pelvis moving towards your heels. Just take a few nice, deeper, longer inhalations. So we're going to come for Dandasana now. So coming up and sitting in your Dandasana. So this is when we sit with the legs extending in front of you. So what's very important here is moving that hamstring and opening the back of the creases of the thighs. This is a very, very key action. Next is to see that you're grounding down with the legs, extending into the heels and bringing your toes towards you. Ground down with your shoulders and lift up with the sternum chest. Now, knowing that we're going to be working and operating quite strongly in the upper back, we're coming for Purvatasana. Now, we did practice this in the previous video, but this time you can see that Leo hasn't got any bricks underneath her hands, so this is going to be a little bit challenging. So we're just coming up for the one extension. So those of you who do feel that you're going to need to have your bricks, then do place them. But if you can have a go without them, come to the classic action. Now start to move that upper spine deeply in. Go and see that you move it towards your chest so strongly. Now when you lift, you've got to lift with those hips. So take a breath in and extend those outer hips up. Extend those outer hips up. Go and keep lifting, 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 lifting. Okay, take a breath in and now release in. So it's a challenging action, I know, but just remember, keep practicing. It's the back of those hamstrings that stops you from lifting that pelvic area so high. So do work on your standing poses. Okay, so we're coming for Chatuspadasana. So this is when we lie down. Now, if you find that it's very difficult, most people do, it's very difficult to hold on to these frontal shin areas, these lower shin areas, then you can place a belt around those lower legs. But otherwise, placing your hands. Now bring your thighs in towards your chest. You're going to bring the feet down to the floor, stamp into the balls of the feet, keep the heels lifted and lift the pelvis up. Now we have to see that we gradually grow in this pose, so move those arms in towards one another and lift the back of the pelvis even more. Lift the back of the pelvis even more. Move those arms in a little bit more. Ignite that energy in that upper back. Go on, move it towards the chest. Bring those arms in again. One more adjustment. One more adjustment. Now go and lift the whole of the back of the body with those femur heads in. And breathe, soft inhalation and exhalation. Now when you come out of this, lengthen that lower back region. So you have to lengthen the pelvis towards the thigh side. And just rest down for a moment. Flatten your feet and just let your back completely release to the floor. So when you release your back to the floor, you've got to drop your abdomen to your back as well, so that you start to anchor down, you root down with the center of the abdominal area. Okay, so we're going to change direction now. So coming onto our front body. Okay, so we're coming for Dhanurasana. It's always very challenging, and particularly if you have a tight back. So we've got to try and find the softness in the pose, the softness in this area, this lower back region. So with effort, we have to push the skin fibers, everything towards the thigh side. So as soon as we start to move and bend our legs, we drop the tailbone back towards the waist, and this is where we have to correct it all the time. So when you practice one adjustment, you have to then correct another adjustment. Alright, so lengthening, being sure that the abdomen is completely down onto the floor, frontal hips down to the floor, and bend both legs. Bend both legs. Now, in an ideal world, we'd like to take the hands back evenly to reach the feet. But if you need to go one and then the other, then sometimes this is how we start. This is how we start. Now, what I want you to establish before you start lifting is the length of the tailbone. It's got to anchor you down. So much anchoring, so much down, so much anchoring. So much length in the back of the pelvis. This is very key. Now lift your chest, so lifting your face so that you're looking forward, so the collarbones come off the floor. And now take a breath in and push so much into the feet, into the hands. Go and see that you get that lift. Go and see that you lift. And once you're in this position, start to soften and release a little bit. The buttock flesh has got to sink. It's got to melt into the bone side. It's got to sink down. Okay, and now releasing. Releasing the legs down. And just folding your arms and resting your forehead onto the arms. That's quite challenging. Okay, so we're only going to practice this once, so hopefully there are a few instructions there that are going to help you. Alright, so we're going to come back to Sirsasana now. So we've already had a bit of go at this. So if you do find it very difficult to get the lift, we're coming into Sirsasana from this. So it may be that you just do the first action of the Sirsasana and then work towards your Sirsasana. Okay, so come into Sirsasana. So repeating, placing the feet down, lifting up, lifting up. So what's very key here is you have to adopt a similar way of working as you did in Dhanurasana, and that is that the buttock flesh and soft tissue fibre move towards the bone. So it frees this outer hip. This outer hip area. Now start to walk those arms in towards one another, walk them in and lift up a little bit more, lift up a little bit more. Can you manage it? Go and see, move in a bit more with those arms and lift these outer hips up, these femur heads up. Now go higher and higher and higher. Now see if you can take your hands to your back. So I'm just going to show you, you have to see that your hands are in this position so the fingers are facing one another. You can see it on Leo, she's getting this action. Go and see that you get that lift so much in the outer hip region. Strong, strong, strong action. Okay. And now slowly releasing down. So you have to lift your heels to get your hands out and then release down. And just rest there for a few moments. Soft inhalation, soft exhalation. Okay, so we're going to come for Adho Mukha Virasana now. So coming into dog pose. So we're just going to iron the back out. We've practiced this on many videos, but taking those hands in front of the shoulders. Now at this stage, you've got to support your spine, so not this area. You've got to see that this lifts, this area lifts. So you've got to see that the frontal pelvic rims lift so much, so nicely. Keep the breadth and broadness, yes. And now take a breath in and extend up. Okay, so be sure that you're pushing down into your hands and you're lengthening through your upper arms. Lengthen the spine. Go and see that you will lift through the abdominal area. So the lower abdomen's got to support and lift that spine up so much. Now make space for the leg action. Push those thighs back. Push the thighs back. Go and see that you push those thighs back very strongly. And then see, can you extend the sole of the foot towards the heel side, towards the heel side. How much can you push those heels down? Okay, so be careful of this area. If it's a bit tight, you Just work gradually into the action. And then bending your knees and releasing back onto your heels, releasing back onto your heels. Okay, so we come for Adho Mukha Virasana, and this time we're going to come into the twisting action. So you're going to walk towards your right side, go and walk in, go and get in that action. So it's quite a challenging action. Then lengthen the arms so that you're extending so much. So you're extending your left arm, go and see that you extend it and get that twisting action. Yeah, this is a really nice way of practicing. And then releasing, coming forward and to the other side. I'll just move these bricks out of Leo's way. So now, extending, go and see that you get that length, get that turning action. Keep the lift in the abdomen, the weight in the tailbone so much. We have to remember all the time. And then releasing and coming back to the center and being in this position. And just take a few deeper, longer inhalations. Okay. Our next two sequences are going to be on inversions. So if you want to join us in the next video, do so. But if this is where you stop, then we look forward to seeing you very soon. Namaste.